which clubs can keep their unbeaten run into 2023 as we head in to the next round of games. This is match number 19, and that's coming at you next. That's right, folks. Bob's going on a prediction video today with a Fulham match number 19 in this year's Premier League, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe button back and say all things Premier League related, Bobby Rose related, world football related. We got it all here, boys, under one roof. Of course, the games are coming thick and fast, so much so that I'm recording this way ahead of schedule. We'll take a look at it, all of it in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, of course. You know who you are. But anyway, did I say match? It is match number 19, right? Is it match number 19? Match number 20? Something like that. Of course, and we'll get to it, of course. Big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. But anyway, I am recording this on the 23rd of December. Why am I doing that, you say? Well, I'm on the road and I just won't be able the time. There's no way. It's driving 1,000 miles, unloading a truck, having a sleep, doing something else, and then bombing back up again. I just don't have the time. It's basically 4 days on the road in a truck. So forgive my little shortcomings here, but we'll be back into the thick of things very, very soon. Anyways, this is what we're talking about. We're talking about this. Of course, now these were the games that we talked about last time around. My predictions are on the left. The real deal was on the right. So let me know what you think. How I did. Of course, you guys know the deal. Did I get anything bang on the nose, or was I way off the money? Well, we'll recap it all when I come back into the real world, of course. And again, this is the table as of recording on the 23rd of December. Hopefully, or maybe it's dramatically changed. Maybe Newcastle United are now second. Who knows? Maybe you guys will know, of course. But me in the past, I have no idea. But you guys in the future, you know what it is. So respect for more respect. If you want to keep on going with the prediction league, take a little look. Cut4/EPL Premier is free. Get your name in lights, of course. But we are talking about these games, of course, coming at you on what are we looking at here? The 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th of January. So let's get the deep end and have a little look at what we're talking about. We're talking about Brentford up against Liverpool coming at you on the 2nd of Jan at the Brentford Community Stadium. Played each other 2 times, 2-1, 1 win for Liverpool, nothing for Brentford, 1 draw, of course. Biggest win for Liverpool, the only win, 3-0 win. They've scored 6 goals, though, Liverpool, over Brentford's 3 over the course of the 2 games. Works out about 1.5 goals a game for Brentford compared to 3 goals a game for Liverpool. Last time around, though, over at Brentford, it was a 3-3 draw back in September 2021. Of course, I've got no odds for this game for whatever reason. I don't know. We have odds for the FA Cup, but we don't have odds for this game. So odds are in Magines, and Magines say it's going to be a win for Liverpool. 2-1 win for them on the night. And it's, I think it's the only game. Is it the only game on this day? Yes, it is. Next up, of course, it is the 3rd of Jan. And we're taking a look at Everton against Brighton coming at you at Goodison Park. Now, these two sides have played each other 10 times, 2017. 5 wins at Everton, 3 for Brighton, 2 draws, of course. Brighton, though, biggest win for them over Everton, 3-2 win. The biggest win for Everton, though, 2-0 win. Everton scored 17 goals compared to Brightford's 11 over the course of the 10 games. Works out about 1.1 goal a game for Brighton, 1.7 goals a game for Everton heading into this. Last time around, though, over at Goodison Park, it was a 3-2 win for Brighton back in around about this time last season, January 2022. So big win it was for Brighton. Of course, will they get another one here? I don't think so. Going to go 2-0 win for Everton. They need the results and they need them fast. Otherwise, it could be a repeat of last season's relegation scrapperino. Meanwhile, Leicester City up against Fulham coming at you also on the 3rd of Jan. Played each other 12 times in 2001. 3 wins for Leicester, 5 wins for Fulham. We've got 4 draws, of course. Biggest win for Leicester over Fulham, 2-0 win. The biggest win their way, also a 2-0 win. Leicester scored 18 goals compared to Fulham's 20 over the course of the 12 games. Works out about 1.5 goals a game compared to 1.67 goals by Fulham on this one. Last time around, though, over at Leicester, of course, it was a 2-1 win for Fulham back in November 2020. Of course, the odds, I've got no odds on here, but my gut says a 3-1 win for Leicester City here. 3 points in the can, and again, moving in the right direction. Of course, Fulham still doing A-OK, respectively, in mid-table. Next, of course, we have Arsenal up against Newcastle. It could be, by the time of recording, first up against second, or it could be first against third, or second against third. Who knows? Alrighty then, these two sides like it was on the 3rd of Jan. 58 times they pitches since 1993, 37 wins for Arsenal, 11 wins for Newcastle, 10 draws, of course. Moving over to this side here. Biggest win for Arsenal, 5-0 win. The biggest win in the way, a 2-0 win for Newcastle. Of course, Newcastle scored just 43 goals in those 58 games. Works out about 0.74 goals a game compared to Arsenal's 101 goals scored over those 58 games. Works out about 1.74 goals a game as well. Last round, though, over at the Emirates, it was a 2-0 win for Arsenal back in November 2021. So big win it was for Arsenal. Oh, Newcastle did beat beat them last time around at St James's Park. That was back in May last season. Going to go with a win though for Arsenal, 2-1 win for them. Newcastle are contenders for European football, don't get me wrong. They might even be contenders for the Champions League, but I think they'll lose this one none the same. Meanwhile, Man United up against Bournemouth, of course, coming out at Old Trafford. Now these two sides have played to the corner in my eyes. Again, as we think about it, computer takes its sweet ass time because I'm asking for so much right now. They just don't know what to do. Played each other according to my eyes 10 times in 2015, 7 wins for United, 2 for Bournemouth, 1 draw, of course. Biggest win for Manchester United, 5-2 win the beast from the way, a 1-0 win. Man United scored 22 goals compared to Bournemouth 10 over the course of those 10 games. Of course, that works out about a goal a game for Bournemouth compared to the 2.2 goals a game for Manchester United. Last time around, over at Old Trafford, it was a 5-2 win for Man United back in July 2020, of course. But no, got no odds again on this one. Going to go with a 3-0 win this time for Man United. Of course, they're trying to rebuild their team, rebuild the face of the place. And of course, that could go a long way to doing just that. Meanwhile, it is Southampton up against Nottingham Forest, of course, coming at you on the 4th of January as well, over at St Mary's. Played 12 times in 1994, 3 wins for Southampton, 6 wins for Forest, 3 draws, of course. Southampton, though, biggest win for them over Forest, 3-0 win, the biggest win of the way, also a 3-0 win. Forest has scored 22 goals compared to Southampton's 18 over the course of the 12 games. Works out about 1.5 goals a game for Southampton, 1.83 goals a game for Nottingham Forest. Last round, though, over at St Mary's, is a 3-2 win for Southampton back in September 2011. That was in the Championship. But this time, this game is in the Premier League. Going to go with a cheeky 1-0 win for Southampton. Big win for them. They're in the drop zone. They've got a lot of work to do. Can, of course, Nathan Jones's boys do it? We'll see about that. Kicking off forward, it is West Ham going to Leeds United, of course, coming at Ellen Road on the 4th of Jan. Played each other 29 times in 1983. 16 wins to Leeds, 6 wins for West Ham, 7 draws, of course. West Ham, though, biggest win for them over Leeds. 3-0 win, the biggest win of the way. 5-1 win for Leeds, of course, who've scored 45 goals compared to West Ham's 27 over the course of those 29 games. Works on about 0.93 goals a game for West Ham compared to 1.55 goals a game for Leeds United. Last round, though, over at Leeds, 2-1 win it was for West Ham way back in September 2021. But this time, going to go with a win for Leeds as well. Of course, at Ellen Road, 2-1 win for them. West Ham are in trouble and, of course, could be looking to change their manager very, very soon as well. Who's up for grabs? Who would you take if you are a West Ham United fan? Of course, next up, of course, we have Aston Villa taking on Wolves, bit of a Midlands derby. Of course, it's the Black Country derby. Played each other 21 times, 2003, 8 wins for Aston Villa, 7 wins for Wolves, 6 draws, of course. Biggest win for Villa, 4-0 win, the biggest win the other way, a 2-0. We've got a bit of a Spanish twist, though, here, as Unai Emery and Julian Lopetegui take, of course, Lockhorns in the dugouts. But Villa scored 32 goals compared to Wolves 25 over the course of the 21 games. Works out about 1.19 goals a game for Wolves, 1.52 goals a game for Aston Villa. Last time around, though, at Villa Park, was a 3-2 win for Wolves back in October 2021. However, what's going to go on this time around at Villa Park? Going to flip it around, I think. 2-0 win for Villa, 2-0 win for them. And, of course, moving up the table and putting Wolves in a bit of trouble moving forward. Into the final two now, we have Crystal Palace up against Tottenham Hotspur, a bit of a London affair here, coming out also on the 4th of Jan. Played each other 27 times. Since 1990. Played each other 27 times in 1984, 6 wins for Palace, 15 wins for Spurs, 6 draws, of course. Palace, though, biggest win for them over Tottenham, a 3-0 win, the biggest win of the way, a 4-0 win. Of course, Palace scored just 19 goals compared to Tottenham's 36 over the course of 27 games. Works out at 0.7 goals a game compared to the 1.33 goals a game for Tottenham. Last time around, though, over at Hove was a 3-0 win for Palace back in September 2021. In fact, the away side hasn't won this game since Spurs beat Crystal Palace back in November 2018. The odds for this one, though, do we have odds? I think we do have odds. No, we don't. We don't have odds. Going on my gut here. My gut says a 3-1 win for Spurs on this one. And, of course, we build up to a bit of a clanger here. It's Chelsea, it's Man City over at Stamford Bridge. And those who are lightning among us will have seen my prediction, but we're going to talk about it anyway. Coming at you on the 5th of Jan. All eyes on this one. Played each other 59 times since 2023. 29 wins for Chelsea, 23 wins for City, 7 draws, of course. Chelsea, though, biggest win for them over City, 6-0 win, the biggest win of the way, a 6-0 win as well. In fact, Chelsea scored 87 goals compared to Man City's 73 over the course of those 59 games. Works out about 1.24 goals a game for City compared to 1.47 goals a game for Chelsea. Last time around, though, over at Stamford Bridge, it was a 1-0 win for City back in the Premier League in September 2021. No odds on this one, but my gut says a win for City here. 3-2 win for them, taking the 3 points, and of course, moving the chains as well. That's my take on it, guys, and if I'm right, who knows what I'll look like, because the table does not look nothing like that. But anyway, be sure to get your picks in using the Cutley4EPL link there for the Super Bowl. I'll see you back around, because next time around, when we come back, we'll be back, bring you back update, live, all that kind of stuff, and hopefully you'll be there with me too. But until then, subscribe, thumbs up, hit the bell, and of course, I'll see you soon whenever I come back. But until then, we're done.